Titles. Go.
The Tao of Espresso.
Can't hate that.
Just like every night, huffing and puffing.
Just like Supernatural.
Papa Giorgio.
Altered States of America.
Antisemetic Elmo.
The Big Dumper.
The perfect amount of trees.
Reading the Batwing.
Let's do this.
Warning. What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Geek Pod. I'm your host, Paul.
I'm Hugh.
I'm Corbs.
DC, what's up?
I'm Jack.
Guys, it's got you geeked.
Luckily, I have something this week. I have two things, actually. First of all, last week during, Prime Day and all that hoopla, I bought an espresso machine. And because, I've been doing French press coffee and, I've really kind of gotten into the whole coffee thing. I wanted to toy around with it. So I found one that actually was decent at a decent price. And I've been making espresso. I've been using the steamer, steaming the milk, frothing the milk, making cappuccino. Like every day I make a cappuccino for tomorrow in the afternoon. And it's just really nice. I really like the process. There's I don't know. Yeah, I forget what you call when you go through all the steps of something. Like religions do it a lot. You go through a lot of steps that don't mean anything, but they bring you calm and peace. I'm enjoying that. And the coffee's really good too. The other thing is that this Friday is our anniversary. Well, it's not this Friday, but that's when we're celebrating. We're doing our annual trip out to Little Falls to go to the antique place and to go to Beardsley Castle and have dinner. And Damara had been asking me, is there any place we can play pinball out there? And I went looking, I'm like, there's nothing. There's nothing in that area. And I said, there's a place, close to Utica on the way there in Marcy, but they're only open on Thursdays and Saturdays. But they've got like 41 pinball machines there, but they're not going to be open on Friday. Wouldn't you know? And mind you, if I had done this a few months ago, I'd probably be, being divorced right now. She calls the place up and rents the entire place out on Friday for 2 hours for us before
That's
we get
cool.
out there. So we're going to have the arcade all to ourselves. I'm not even going to say how much that costs. It's ridiculous. I wouldn't have done it. Um, but it's kind of cool that she loves it that much. And on our special day, she wants to do that. She wants to go play pinball with me. So it's going to be kind of fun. A place called Two Cousins Pinball.
Two cousins.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome. So, pretty simple. What has me geek? So we're working. So a patient comes up to my window. Is like, you play D&D, right? I'm like, what? Yeah. I was like, what do I say to that? It's like this, let's say 70 something year old woman. She's just like, yeah, you play, right? I'm like, I don't know where this is going, but yes, I play. I'm freaking out. It's like 7 in the morning. So she says, here, I want to give you something. So she reaches into her purse. I'm like, what is this lady gonna give me? Like some candy, some of those Welchers? It's like I'm freaking out. So no. So this is called Infinity Tokens. It's right here. You see this. It's her daughter creates dry erase cards. So
Oh, cool.
they're for D&D and tabletop games. You have your marker, you have an eraser. But that's pretty cool. So they're called Infinity Tokens, and they're on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really enjoyable. She gave
How did
one.
she know you played D&D?
One of my colleagues does. So I guess that she was talking to him and says, "Oh yeah, Jack does up
Oh,
front as well." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, great." So she brought me this pack, and I thought that was pretty cool. So next time we play, I'll bring these with us. So maybe I'll bring them, and they're pretty fun. So you can draw like different pictures on the back. You can put words, which is pretty interesting. But like you know how you get into a rhythm, you're just working, you're busy, and then like I said, we're still waking up at 7 in the morning. She's like, "You play D&D, right?" I'm like, I don't know what to say to this. I'm freaking out a little bit. Yeah, I know you
I
have.
know what you should have said.
What should have I said, Paul?
Mind your business, bitch.
Probably, but no. Let's give a shout out to Infinity Tokens, who makes these cards. So I thought this was pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Last thing, this actually what has me geeked. I saw this 5 minutes before we got on the air. It finally dropped. I'm not going to go into much detail because I've only seen it 3 times. Was the Stranger Things season 5 trailer? Holy shit, that thing is amazing. We waited so long for it, but I am so excited for it. That's it.
Nice. What's got me geeked? I don't know. Not much. I finished watching all of Big Bang. I started that last week, the week before. Watched all 12 seasons, every episode. And now I wanted something a little different, so I started watching True Blood. Um, it originally that I started watching it came on like TNT one night after I got my first amputation on my left, the one on my left leg. And I watched it a couple of times. I watched a couple of episodes and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I forgot about it because, well, I play video games. So, but since my son gave me his Max, I was scrolling through it and it had True Blood or Vampire Diaries. And I'm like, I started watching True Blood before, so I started. So I made it through so far through one episode and a half of another episode because my phone kept ringing with stuff with the doctors calling me today and asking questions and stuff and setting up appointments and things. And so, but yeah, I'll go back to that later on. I also downloaded Star Wars Squadrons, where you fly a TIE fighter and or an X-Wing or whatever. I wanted something spacey, I guess, because I played Mass Effect, to death. So I started playing that, and the game is really cool. I like it because I get to fly a X-Wing
Nice.
or a TIE fighter, and it's really cool. I'm playing through the story mode. And I also re-downloaded, I erased everything that I had except for Final Fantasy VII, Squadrons to re-download Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going back. Made sure I had my save was on there. I'm ready. So that may be that's definitely going to be a while Corbs and the family are on vacation. That's going to be a staple. So, maybe losing a lot of sleep. So, but yeah, that's what's got me geeked, just setting up for the vacation.
Very cool.
For me, it's just vacation.
It's coming quick.
Yeah.
Much needed,
Yeah.
huh?
Saturday
Yeah.
morning.
Saturday morning, be on the road. Want to be on the road by like 5:30-ish or so. So
In the morning?
not at night.
That's when
Some
DC
people
will be going to bed.
Right.
No,
Right,
he doesn't
exactly.
go to bed until the view comes on. Come on.
True.
No, I gotta go to bed before I get into my daily routine of watching Get Up and First Take and Pat McAfee. So if I don't go to sleep before that, then I don't go to sleep until like 2. So in the afternoon. So I gotta go to sleep before that. But I'll probably
So, and the other thing is my son Bryce, the disenchanted voice on the podcast, turned 18 on Sunday, the 13th. So, as most people do on their 18th birthday, I took my son to the casino.
How do
I
you
think I'm
do?
gonna say the other type of
Yeah.
That's what I was
birthday.
expecting too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took him out to the casino. I gave him money. That was my kind of my birthday present, graduation present for him. I gave him $200 to play with. Told him if he lost it, that's fine. It's not a big deal. I told him if he won anything, he got to keep it. Put $100 in and won $236.
Awesome.
Good job, man.
So I said, "Oh, it's your money to do what you want with."
Nice.
So yeah, my mom and I took him out there. So
Very cool.
yeah, I came up with money too. So
As you do, that seems to be the thing. Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. In the past week, well, 10 days now, I've come home with just over $2,000.
You suck.
And you,
That's
of course, had
awesome,
the
dude.
taxes taken out, so it's all legal because, the government could see this. Say, yes, this is where you say.
No, because I did it all. I did it. I won. You have to win. If you win more than $1,100 at
Okay.
one time, you have to take taxes out.
Gotcha.
So when I went not his birthday, but the Sunday before that, I went after I got done playing golf. I decided I had $100 because I was supposed to. It was 4th of July weekend, so I was supposed to play golf. I played golf on Friday that weekend. Supposed to play golf on Saturday, and I played golf on Sunday. I got up Saturday morning and was kind of under the weather, like I was running to the bathroom a lot. So I texted my buddy and said, I'm not going to make it. I can't be on the golf course and trying to swing and having to shit my pants at the same time.
You
Right.
shanked it.
Right. So I was like, I'm not going to go. So I had that $100 that I didn't take to go play golf with because we were playing a more prestigious course. Him and I will go and play a course. Just the two of
Big
us.
Don's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had that money left. So I took that money and went out to Point Place, and I had a $40 free play at the time. So I used the $40 free play and won $300 on the $40 free play.
Can't hate that.
So I took that money. So I took that money off and put that money in my pocket, and then I put $40 of my own in and won $900.
Jesus.
So I took the $900 out and put the $200 back in, and kind of stayed a little even with that. And then I took the $200 out and went and sat at the tables for a little bit and lost $50. So I came home with $1,100, but two separate tickets, 900 and 200.
Nice.
So I don't have to pay taxes on any of it.
You're Nick Papa Giorgio there, Corbs.
Yeah.
So, and then when I went out with my son, I won $900.
That's cool.
Perfect. Always make sure it's under that tax level.
Always, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta do it. Like when I went out there on that Sunday, when I went out there by myself, I got the $900, and I'm like, all right, I should take this money out because if I win any more on this ticket and it gets over $1,100, then I can't cash it. Then I got to lose money to get it under that amount. So I was like, I just took it out and put the $200 in, and I was like, well, if I lose this, I still got $160 or $60 in my pocket that I was going to use, plus the $900. So
What are you playing to win all this money?
it's a game called Even More Huff and Puff. So there's 4 games. They're 50 cents a game, so it's $2 for one spin. So, and I actually upped it to 2 cents, and I was playing $1 each game. And I hit the bonus. It's called the Buzzsaw bonus. It's 3 saws. And the best bonus and then that you can get besides the major and the grand is the mansion bonus, which means every hard hat that comes up is an actual mansion, which is the best you can get on a board on anything. So what happens is when you get the bonus, you start out with it's the 3 little picks is what it is essentially. You get a straw hat, the wood house, and then the brick house, the mansion. So the mansion is the best prize to get. I hit the mansion bonus on the buzzsaw, which means every hat that comes up is a mansion. And I got 3 boards open and filled the first board with 15 mansions. So whatever you get, so if you get at that point, whatever you win, you double it. So if you win 50 cents, it's actually $1. So I had like the minor in there, I had the mini in there, I had like $100 winner in there. So that's when I was like when I won it at first, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to pay taxes on all this now because it's gonna go over $1,000, and it didn't. So that's when I was kind of like, at that point, I was kind of like, all right, do I take it out? Do I don't? Do I take the risk of winning a little bit more? And I was like, no, fuck it. You got $290 in your pocket. Take the money out. Use that money. That way, if you lose that money, you still have $900. I was well up. So I was just like, all right. So, but yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. My ex-wife my soon-to-be ex-wife did the same thing. As she would go on Sundays with her mother, and her mother would give her money to play so her mother didn't have to go by herself. So one night, it's like 4 a.m. I'm dead asleep. And she rolls in and she shakes me awake. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, what are you doing? And she goes, I figured you want to know if I won or not. And I'm like, well, you're waking me up and you're not slamming shit around, so I'm assuming that you won. And I'm like, well, how much did you actually win? And she pulls out a wad of cash. It must have been that big around. And I'm like, Shell, how much money is there? And she just starts counting it out. And I'm like, $7,000. So I'm like, did you have to pay taxes? And she's like, no. I'm like, how on $7,000 do you not paying taxes? Same thing Sean said. She won so much, go take it off. Keep like, if she won like $450, she'd take $400 off, pay on the 50. She said, I went up to the cage 12 times and I just kept pulling money off. And by the time I got done, I gave mom her $125 back and I came home with $7,000 and she threw it up in the air and we were rolling around and on the floor. So, but yeah. So I know what he's talking about. You do that just so you don't have to pay the taxes on it.
Yep.
And that, kids, is how you fuck the government.
That's right.
Exactly.
America. Corporate America.
I'm making America great again.
Oh, dear God.
Put it in my pocket at great again.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn. So what's got me geeked is we dropped Kylie off at Tallulah for her last season there because some strings were pulled, so she got to go and not have to be a counselor in training. She does 2 weeks. She's there this week and she'll be back next week. She comes home Friday afternoon and we turn around and take her back Sunday afternoon. So that's all good and fine, but we took the Bronco, which is, I was bragging about how it's supposed to be like a trail rated vehicle, blah 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 blah. Yeah, when we're on our way to the and Hugh knows what I'm talking about. He's familiar with the area there. You're going through the trails and everything to drop off the stuff. Yeah, doesn't my trail rated Bronco bottom the fuck right out?
How fast were you going?
Maybe 4.5 miles an hour.
Wow, because I just drove that because last week when Ellen had her baby, I had to pick Scarlett up from Wildwood
Gotcha.
cabin.
That's
And
where we
so I was
were.
there. Yeah, so I drove the same thing. She
Yep.
tried to leave her van here because I was going to be driving the kids all around, and I'm like,
Mhm.
fuck that. I'm taking my little car because sometimes you got two cars going opposite ways on that dirt trail, and it's a
Mhm.
drop off to the lake. So I'm like, I want the smallest vehicle possible.
Right.
Cars are not your friend, man. They really don't like you.
Well, the best part is as it happens, I went demonic and looked at Kristen and just said, if there's any fucking damage to this thing.
I could just see you sit in the car and Chris is like, it's okay, Paul. Like,
Oh no, we dropped all this stuff out and I got down on my belly, like in the dirt. I'm like looking to make sure there's nothing hanging. I get back in and Kristen looks at me and goes, are your running boards still there? I was like, yes, the running board is still fucking there.
Hmm.
So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
and before she left, Kylie ran around gathering all the shit and grabbed a bunch of envelopes and stamps because she was going to write us every day. I came home from work today on a Wednesday. She's been gone for 4 days now. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I said to Kristen, I said, have you checked the mail? Have we gotten any letters from Kylie? No. Okay. Guess she's a little busy.
Stamps aren't cheap either. She took all the
Oh.
money.
Right. But yeah, that's I'm excited for her. She was so happy to go. Now, Hugh, did you say Avery is or is not doing counselor in training?
She is.
Nice.
She is doing going into CIT. So
That's cool. No, Kylie wanted no parts of it because she, quote, doesn't like kids.
Huh.
So,
well, Avery really doesn't have a choice because we are
right.
part of the Tallulah family
Legacy.
since
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah. That's that is her legacy. Like that's what she's doing. So, that's awesome.
Hopefully, when Kylie's at camp, Ugly Betty doesn't come out though for
That
the
was
kids.
Madison.
Oh,
That's-
Madison. I'm sorry. Yeah. See, that's
Yeah.
what can you
And
imagine?
it was Crazy Betty. Ugly Betty was a show on NBC.
There you go.
did
I
you just
appreciate
call
it.
this kid ugly?
I did.
Wow,
You might
Jack.
want to address that, Paul.
Oh, it'll be addressed. I'm gonna tell her what he said.
Yep. I
You will
Did
address
Jack wear a
it.
dress? Is that what I
Yeah,
heard?
Kevin.
It was.
I heard
It
that,
was.
DC.
I know
That
you
was
did. Just low enough for it just to be picked up.
That was perfect. All right, but if that's all we got, I think it's a good time to throw it to break, and we'll come back with the news. Stick with us, guys.
Talking to the stranger with the skeleton flute was his first mistake. Playing it was his second. Be careful what you wish for never meant anything to 12-year-old Sam until the night he blows into the skeleton flute and wishes for his parents to stay together. The stranger promised Sam his greatest desire, but the morning after the low, warbling note came out of the glowing flute, Sam's life has been turned upside down. His brother and sister don't exist, and his best friend doesn't know him. His parents are together and happy, but is it worth sacrificing everyone else he loves? Caught in a web of unintended consequences, Sam must try to get his old life back, despite the challenges that wait for him if he succeeds. And that means uncovering the mystery behind the strange man's identity and the skeleton flute. The Skeleton Flute hits shelves on August 27th. You can pre-order your copy now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local indie, and most major book retailers.
Now, before you ask yourself, why is it hotter in Syracuse, New York today than Miami, Florida? Let me just say, it's not. Don't look at the Weather Channel and their liberal agenda. It isn't 95 degrees here and 88 degrees there. That's silly. You know Florida is always hotter than here. Use your common sense. Don't let things like fake Fahrenheits and meteor illogical experts get in the way of what you know in your heart. Just go fill your tank up with $1.99 gas and enjoy a deplorable free drive through the altered states of America. Or climate change is real. Take your pick. But at least the president of the ASA used his time wisely to speak directly to Coca-Cola and get them to change to cane sugar instead of corn syrup. Washington and Roosevelt would be proud. Here's the fucking news. First up, whose Epstein is it anyway? The Epstein Files drama continued this week as former ambassador to Sweet Potato Brand Skincare, Donald Trump, acted shocked, asking why everyone was still talking about this Epstein guy, claiming the only people still interested in this are very bad people and it's time to move on, and that the files that supposedly implicated powerful Democrats are now fake news written by Obama and Hillary. Yeah, right. I am sure you would love to move on from banging minors on a private island. Even the MAGA faithful are voicing their displeasure by demanding he do better and burning their MAGA merch. The tweets on this are ridiculous, ranging from "we are very disappointed" to "this is not what we voted for." To the former, I say, disappointed? If someone kidnapped your 12-year-old girl and raped her, would you be fucking disappointed in them? Like they could make it up to you with a really good casserole and a box of wine? You don't get disappointed with a child rapist. You get wrathful. To their credit, the Democrats keep trying to attach amendments to bills this week that would force the DOJ to release the full details, and the Republicans keep voting it down, calling it political theater and saying it is a sad and pathetic distraction from real issues. 211 Republicans voted not to reveal who the pedophiles are. While past breaks with Trump have not really turned into anything, this one might have legs. Somehow, I think red hats that say make 12-year-olds moms again is not going to catch on, at least north of Kentucky. Next up, glad I'm a cat person. Apparently, Google searches for adopt a dog near me jumped up 513% after the opening weekend of Superman, spurred on, I guess, by there being a superpowered dog in the movie. So I Googled, are we all sheep? And Gemini asked if I'd had my wool sheared recently. But for real, I've never watched a movie, then decided to look into getting a pet I saw in the movie. Are we that weak-minded as people? Should I be rethinking the geographic boundaries of the previously mentioned hat? Maybe I should go watch Man of Steel, then go find a neck to snap. Maybe that penguin island deserved to be tariffed. Yeah, fuck those penguins for not making microchips and exporting them to the US. Or adopt the penguins? I don't really know what's going on anymore. And finally, radicalize me, Elmo. The Twitter account for Elmo was hacked this past week. Elmo being the poster puppet for Sesame Street and the bane of most parents' existence. The account posted tweets calling for the death of Jews and the release of the Epstien files. Call back to a previous episode. When Antisemetic Elmo is half right, you know you're on the wrong side of things. The account has since been secured, and Elmo apologized and is back to his normal ineffectual self. But I have to wonder, was it really a hack? Or did the person in charge of the account finally lose their shit on this crazy world and need to be sectioned? The world's crazy enough. Having your job be to interact with that world through a baby talking fuzzy sock with eyes would be enough to drive me right off a cliff. Just slightly less soul sucking than this podcast. And that's the news, kids. Now, if you're thinking about ending it all, I want you to know I'm with you. I understand what you're feeling, and sometimes I want to end it too. But it's okay. You can just hit stop on your podcast player and walk away. And you don't ever have to come back and finish the episode. Do you know how lucky you are? We're trapped here. Just click that unsubscribe button and feel the weight be lifted from your soul. Your great emotional nightmare can be over. Once you stop listening, things will get better. I promise. Paul?
Dead jokes. Chris and I watched 2 movies back to back last night. Luckily, I was the one facing the TV.
How does the moon cut his hair, guys?
I don't know.
How?
He clips it.
Why do sweaters tend to hang out together?
Why?
They're pretty close knit.
And then, Corbs, this one's for you. Why are frogs good at baseball?
Good at catching fly balls.
Damn right, sir.
So I just saw that joke on here too.
I know. Thought of you, buddy.
Sports!
Yep.
Ball.
That's it. For sports, so British Open is this weekend for us golf enthusiasts. That's just me, so yeah, can't really wait to watch it. I mean, I'm not going to watch it on Saturday because then I'll be driving. I'm going to be able to watch some of it because it's coming from over in the
Inside the
UK,
house?
so it's on at like 3 a.m. So if I just don't go to bed, I can watch it. So, but yeah, so it starts tomorrow morning. So Thursday morning, whenever this is released, I don't know when Paul releases them anymore. If he releases them
Wednesdays.
anymore. Really? On Wednesdays now?
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you on top of shit.
How'd you know?
What's coming to an end?
Ew.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, so tomorrow morning. So when you listen to this, the first round of the British Open will be over with. So just looking
You
forward
missed
to
it.
watch. You did miss it. Not that any of you are gonna fucking watch it. So
Like Supernatural.
it's true.
I love
So,
it.
last night, so today's Wednesday, so Tuesday, and well, we'll start with Monday. Monday was the home run derby for the All-Star game. I haven't really watched the home run derby in the All-Star game. I haven't really watched the All-Star game in baseball, to be honest with you, in probably a couple of years. It's been kind of just boring and dull and all that stuff. So, I actually forgot that the home run derby was on, but I turned it on at like 8:45, 9 o'clock or so. I think whatever time I texted you, Paul. I turned it on right before that and was watching it, and the kid from the Pittsburgh Pirates was getting ready to hit. So the Pirates is my dad's favorite team. So I decided to watch for a little bit. And the kid who was for the Pirates, his name is O'Neal Cruz. And oh my God, he hits the ball. Now I think they said he's 6'4", 6'5", something like that. 240. I mean, he's tall and skinny. And he hits the ball so friggin' hard. His exit velocity, he has of the top 10 exit velocity hits this year, he has 6 of them.
Wow.
Exit velocity, they measure like how fast the ball comes off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
He has one, I don't remember the exact number, but it's like 110 miles an hour off the bat. So I was texting my dad because the first couple of swings he had, I mean, absolutely crushed the ball. So I just texted my dad. I'm like, holy shit. And he goes, yeah, he can lose a few baseballs. No sooner did he say that to me, he hit the longest home run of the night. Any guesses on how long the home run was?
483 feet.
523.
500
Okay, we both can't go at the same time.
All right, one at a time.
Okay,
Go ahead,
Jack.
DC.
All right, DC
Or
go.
Jack.
Jack, go.
Mine was 483 feet.
Okay.
Paul,
Jack.
me? Okay.
Mhm.
512.
I said 523.
I'm
Jack-
not guessing
Jack-
because I don't know how far a fucking ball can go on a home
Jack
run.
is the closest. It was 513.
Wow.
Damn.
That's a lot. Hugh.
That's a lot.
Just saying.
Okay.
And he had something like 21 home runs. I think of the 21 home runs, I want to say 15 of them went over 450 feet.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he absolutely crushed the ball.
You know, he doesn't have the longest in All-Star game history though. You know that, right?
No,
Do you know who does?
I want to say it's Frank Thomas.
It is 519 feet.
Yeah,
Jesus
in
Christ.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
That's still
The
I
old-
remember when he hit that, I was watching it. He
Yeah.
crushed that ball.
So yeah, so that was so I watched that, and then he's the first Pirates to make it out of the first round of a home run derby. No Pirate had ever done that before, that was pretty cool. He lost in the second round, which I mean after
after that.
after that
After
after
Jack and all
swinging
those.
after all this, but the thing of it is everybody's in the same boat. You get 3 minutes, you get 40 pitches. Whichever comes first. If you run out of time, you don't get all the pitches. If you get through all the pitches and the time's still out there, you don't get any extra
Yep,
pitches.
done.
You're done. So that's the new format they're doing. They used to do you had 3 minutes and you just hit as many as you could, and then you got for every ball over 450 feet, you got an extra 30 seconds or something like that in the bonus round or whatever. So, or if you had to get 2 of them to get the 30-second bonus in the in the bonus round. So you had 3 minutes. Then in the bonus round, you had, if you hit 2 balls over 450 feet in the regular round, you got an extra 30 seconds in the bonus round, which gave you an extra minute. It's like a minute and a half in the bonus round. So this year they did it differently. It was 3 minutes, 40 pitches. You just hit as many as you can in 40 pitches or 3 minutes, whatever comes first. And then in the second round, it was 2 minutes and you only got 30 pitches. So the guy who ended up winning this, his name is Carl Riley. He's from Seattle Mariners. He leads the entire Major League Baseball in home runs with 39 this year at the All-Star break. The most for any Seattle Mariner since Ken Griffey, and he actually has got more than Ken Griffey at that time. Ken Griffey had 36, I believe. That was back in like 2000. I don't remember when it was when Griffey hit that, but so that was pretty cool. Carl Riley's nickname, anybody, I don't know, nobody here is going to know it. So they call him the Big Dumper.
Ah!
That's
Sorry,
my nickname.
Yeah, they call him I don't know how he got that nickname, but that's what they call him. And he actually enjoys the nickname. He revels in it. He loves it. So,
I mean, I think we all know how he got that nickname. Come on.
well, we can guess.
From City Slickers because he craps bigger than you.
So, and then last night, Tuesday night, was the All-Star game. I watched a little bit of that. Actually, that's when I texted you, Paul, was when I was watching the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't on Monday night. So I was watching that. The NL went up 5-0, and I was like, oh, no, this shit's over with. So I turned it off. I checked ESPN this morning, and the American League actually came back, and
Wow.
it was tie. It ended up as a tie game, 6-6. So this was the first year after a tie game they actually had a home run swing off. So
cool.
they each picked 3 players. Each team picked 3 players, and they basically had another home run hitting contest. And it was the most home runs. You got 3 pitches, and that was what you got. So the National League ended up winning because one of the guys they picked, Kyle Schwarber, actually hit 3 home runs in his round, which gave them the win. And he actually ended up winning the MVP for the All-Star game because of that.
Nice.
So that's the first that I think I think is going to be cool if they're going to stick with the swing off. I think that'd be cool. So I'm hoping maybe next year we'll see what goes on with it next year. So so the National League ended up winning the All-Star game. So that's all I got.
All right. Well, I believe then
Wait,
we should.
Wait, why do ducks have feathers on their tails?
Why?
Anybody?
No.
I don't know.
They hide their butt quacks.
God, I knew that was I knew it.
All right. Well, hit my music. It's time for the Wrestle Report. All right, so we're coming off of a big WWE, well, and AEW weekend, I guess. WWE gave us Saturday night's main event and Evolution. I only watched one of the two. Can you take a guess which one it was?
Saturday
Evolution.
night's
Main event.
Absolutely, Saturday night's main event.
You fag.
Wow.
That was awesome, Corbs. Nice, man.
I gotta see if I know how to bleep things on this. Jesus Christ.
I
You should
mean,
just
I
put a
think it's
censor
too
bar.
late.
Yeah, put some censor bar on his lips.
Right.
I mean, you picked sweaty guys over an entire PLE full of women, so I mean, he's got a point.
The plan was to actually watch Evolution, but after we dropped Kylie off, I decided we were going to go see Superman. So I also chose men in
Nice,
tights and
definite
capes
fag.
instead of women.
Wow.
Yep. And now I'm hearing that it was a hell of a pay-per-view too.
Fucking fantastic.
It was
That's what I
amazing.
hear.
It was such an amazing pay-per-view. Yeah, I
Like-
texted you. You're like, I'm at the movies. I'm like, why are you at the movies?
They knocked it out of the park. That's
No, that was
think
baseball.
that might have been my favorite PLE of the year so far. I mean, not counting like WrestleMania.
Nice.
Yeah, because all the other ones, I mean, there's a lot of lulls. This was pretty good. There weren't really any stinkers in it. It was just all great.
Awesome. We're gonna go back and watch it when time allows, because because I was like, okay, well, this isn't gonna be that great. Like the card didn't sound awesome, and so like I said, we chose to go see Superman instead, which I'll talk about that later. But and then as soon as we get home, I'm looking through everything. And I'm like, fuck, that sounds awesome.
Dude,
like what the
dude,
fuck?
I mean, right off the first match was fantastic because all three of Bailey, Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyrie, all great. But the finish to that match, some people said, oh, it was a cheap roll up. Dude, that was the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen in wrestling, ever.
That was
Wow.
cool.
I've never seen a move like that. I mean, yeah, it was a quick roll up, but she fucking flipped over her and hooked her on her way. Dude, you got to watch it. It was incredible.
Yeah,
Jack
well,
knows
I've
what
got
I'm
to go
talking
back.
about.
I do because I watched that whole pay-per-view. Like we can talk about every match, but like that Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley fight, that arguably was the match of the year, men or women, and you did not even see that ending coming with Naomi
No.
coming down. That was just amazing from start to finish. It's like holy shit, these two women, men or women, are putting their lives on the line for this fight. It was so good. Like what Hugh said, this is arguably the best pay-per-view of the year so far. It was amazing.
Yep, I'm sad I missed it.
No, you're not.
No, I really am. I really am. After I started reading all the reviews and everything and the recaps of it, I'm like, fuck. But I mean, granted, it was the
dude,
only
it
chance
was
I was going
so
to get.
good. It made people like Charlotte Flair. Come on, I didn't
Yeah.
think that was possible.
I'm still not sure that's possible, but
And like
She's
because
She was
Trish,
with Alexa Bliss now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Like a tag team
yeah, it was
partner,
the tag
team.
match. Yeah, the Fatal
It
4-Way.
was four-way. It was the two of them with Roxanne and Raquel,
Yeah.
Sol Ruka, and is it
Somebody.
Zaraki or whatever her name is?
Yeah,
And then there was the other. Who was the other one? There was four. I can't remember the other group.
I forget. But I mean, Sol Ruka, I don't even know who she is. And
Yeah.
that Soul Stealer move.
Oh my
of hers
God, that
was
move is
awesome.
amazing. That move is amazing.
She's on NXT. I watch it when I'm home on Tuesday nights. I try to watch NXT. So I've seen her wrestle before. So she actually that's the soul catcher. So
Yeah.
Or Soul Catcher. Yeah.
yeah,
Stealer.
whatever it is, soul
It's
soul
a
stealer,
flip
whatever it's
to an
called. Yeah.
RKO or something like. I mean, that's just awesome.
And it was pretty cool too. Like my favorite women's wrestler will always be Trish Stratus, and she had her like the title as her like title belt for her match versus that Tiffany Stratton. But like yes, she'll always be my favorite women's wrestler. But that Stephanie Valkyrie, oh my God! Now I'm going back to watch old NXT, and I'm watching her when she was before in America. This girl is super super special.
Yeah,
I cannot see what
she's
she's
from wrestled in Japan with Julia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just really good for sure. So
Neither one of those.
Forbes, don't move.
Right. Stay put.
I can't take it
Perfect.
serious. No, but like Paul, like yeah, we'll talk about Saturday Night Main Event, but like you said, I only watched one of the two pay-per-views. I watched Evolution before Saturday Night Main Event for sure because I was busy Saturday. That was such a good pay-per-view, but Saturday Night Main Event. Let's talk about that a little bit though.
Because we did have a couple of big things that came out of that. I think first and foremost, Seth Rollins is fucked.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I questioned it when it was going on because when it's a real injury, they never linger that long on what's going on. But I don't know if anyone else noticed who watched it. Did you see the terror in Seth's eyes?
Yeah.
And I was like, either he's really selling the shit out of this and he's coming in and cashing in during the Goldberg match, or he's fucked. And we
When
ended up
he
finding
was
out
on the-
he's fucked. Yeah.
When he,
Well, I
when
saw
he
the
was on
Triple
the
H. I saw the Triple H interview afterwards and stuff like that, and they're like, Triple H is really concerned.
Yeah.
So,
when he was
It's-
on the other side of the ring, when he first came over the ropes, and I don't know what it was, a senton or something before he did the springboard, just that, I'm like, he has knee problems. What is he doing? He goes to do the springboard, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like I'm like, that's the last move he should be fucking doing.
Absolutely. So yeah, and you're probably having trouble hearing me. There we go. I'm back. So basically the next 6 months of storylines are fucked right now. And I think that's why Punk is getting his title shot at SummerSlam. I was really, really actually leaning, and I'm a huge mark for Punk. We all know that. But I was really hoping that they were gonna let Braun Breaker go all the way for it. Like just with the transition of, okay, well, if Seth isn't gonna be the guy now, let's give it to Braun. But no,
Yeah.
Punk's getting a shot.
yeah, they'll
Do
have,
we-
have Punk will probably win it, and then
That's
he'll
what I was
be
gonna
set.
say. Do we think Punk gets the title at SummerSlam?
I do.
I mean,
I think he gets the title, and then when Seth comes back, he goes against
They go
Seth.
to war. Yeah.
Yep.
And
I would agree with that if we weren't a full, what, 8 months away from WrestleMania. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to hold on to it that long with Braun Breaker there and with Roman back.
Roman's going back to SmackDown. Like I think we're going to see him go
Okay.
back there. That's my opinion. I haven't read anything about it. I just assume you want him as one of your tentpole guys, and why put him on Raw with everybody else? You know what I mean?
Okay.
I also didn't see that coming Monday night. Just him
No.
all of a sudden coming back. And I did love the fact that they didn't go so far into Roman's a face that he went over and buddied up to Punk.
Yeah, I'm glad they
Right.
didn't do that either.
Yep. I love the side eye. Like he just gives him the side eye and leaves him sitting there on his ass. But yeah, back to Seth. That fucks everything up.
There's
Everything.
there's a rumor right now, and I don't believe because, like you said, the fear in his eyes. There's a rumor right now that he's being held off. He's not hurt, which he is hurt. But this was one person's theory that he's going to come back at SummerSlam, and right when you think Cody Rhodes is going to beat John Cena, then they're going to cue Seth Rollins' music, and then he's going to cash in on the WWE title. I don't see it. Like you're like you said, he's legitimately hurt. But like they're like, oh, Seth. What if he's playing people? I mean, he's not playing people.
No, Triple H's thing that I heard torn ACL.
You know what
I
that
heard
is,
torn
Jack?
ACL.
What's
You know what
that?
that is, Jack? That you ever hear of reading tea leaves?
No, actually, no, I
Like
haven't.
where like a psychic will like look at the leaves in their tea and tell your future. It's the
Oh.
same thing, except the person who told you that grabbed their nutsack, stretched it out, and read the veins.
They batwinged it.
Yeah,
Damn.
they winged it.
Like
They're
silly
reading their
putty.
nutsack to tell the future of wrestling. That's stupid.
Yeah, no, that's right.
There is rumblings right now though that he's not as hurt as they're playing on, so they can have him come back earlier than projected for the surprise. But he really is hurt. He really was seeing whatever that doctor is in Birmingham that they all go to.
Yep.
Which,
James
you know.
Andrews.
Hmm?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, they said that Triple H was saying that during his interview at the after the pay-per-view was like, tomorrow Seth is going to Birmingham. So,
I mean, oddly enough, that's also where Raw was, but
right.
so
I mean, good planning on Seth's part.
right, yeah. And I mean, clearly he doesn't want to be anywhere near home since his shit's getting broken into on the regular
Yeah,
now.
really.
Right.
Which that shouldn't even be a joking matter. That's some scary shit. I mean, but what else did I have?
Well, I mean, you know what you can do for that? You can do what I did this past weekend.
Don't tell anybody you're gone.
No, I bought these AI lights. They're these little lights. They're about this big around, 3 LEDs in each one. There was 50 lights I had to screw into our porch, replace that stupid lighting stuff that I had there before. And these things, first of all, they're AI controlled. I can open up the app and hit like roll the dice. It'll give me a random thing. I can talk into it or type into it and say, like Corbs, the Pittsburgh Steelers won the Super Bowl. Give me a light show to celebrate that. And it will search the internet and create a light show just right bang right there for whatever you're telling it to do. But it's also got
cool.
another neat feature. If you have the right camera, which I also purchased, you can set it up so that it motion detects. I have it motion detects in my yard, and I've got, this little twilight thing going on right now. If somebody steps into the motion area between the hours of 11 at night and 8 in the morning, the lights start flashing red.
Nice.
How cool
Love
is
it.
that?
That is cool.
That's very cool.
It is cool.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail that.
That's all right. I think I have one thing left, and that's the main event from Saturday night's main event. Goldberg's retirement match.
I have some stuff to say about that.
Feel free. Go right ahead.
Okay. I know that they've come out and said that this didn't happen, but I do not believe it, and I don't know if I ever will believe it. I believe that Goldberg was actually going to win that match and Seth was going to cash in that night. And I'll tell you why. Because when Goldberg walked out of that dressing room, I'm watching it, right? As I'm watching it, pretty much live. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with him? He looked like a guy that was already defeated. That's not how Goldberg comes out. He's all fired up. And even if he knew they had already planned for him to lose or whatever, he would be still psyching him up. He'd probably overdo it, because he's putting on a show all the way down to the ring. He looked like he'd really rather be fucking shining shoes on the street corner. Like anywhere but there. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Did that
Nope,
look like
you're right.
Goldberg? The
I noticed
one
it
thing
too.
he could do that wouldn't be affected by the fact that he's old as shit, and he didn't do it. He walked down there like he just had the wind taken out of his sails. After that, he put on a great match for what it was. I think they focused a little too much on the knee because it kind of made him look a little weak, and you could have still had the same finish without making Goldberg of all people look weak. But yeah, I think that Seth getting hurt changed the entire main event, and
I agree.
I don't care what anybody says because
Yep.
that you can't fake. And he said, in an interview today that in 2 weeks he's going to come out and talk about what happened. But yeah, I just that struck me while I was watching it before any of that had even occurred to me, and I was like, wow, this is really fucking weird.
Right, with all the fanfare they put into it, with having Doug Dellinger back and everything, and he doesn't have the whole hyped up entrance.
Yeah.
And like he does a half-assed like breathing smoke and all that like he
No, he
used to
didn't
do.
even breathe smoke. He just did the kick.
He didn't.
breathe
Yeah,
smoke.
but no, he did the boom, rah, and
Yeah.
but yeah. Oh,
Boom, pow, football. That's what it
boom,
sounds
pow,
like.
old wrestler. But no, because I was so hyped for Madison to at least see a version of Goldberg, because he's one of my favorites. I still have in my, yes, this is a real thing. I have a bandana case full of all the bandanas I have from over the years. I have a Goldberg one that I purchased in '99 at Thunder in Syracuse, the on center. I've kept it all these years because I was a huge Goldberg fan. I almost, when I got my first tattoo, I almost got the Goldberg tattoo, and I talked myself out of it. Good call on my part, I think. But
I can imagine it's halfway done. Like, can I get rid of this now?
wait, good. Time out. I changed my mind. I have half of one.
That's the Gilbert tattoo, Paul.
Right. Fun fact, I just saw a video on Facebook about Goldberg today, all out of the blue. So that's but so yeah, I was just disappointed with it. And like you said, it wasn't a bad match. It felt like all the air got taken out of the arena with it.
Yeah.
My favorite part, and I don't even think it was supposed to happen, is when Gunther chopped him and he just kind of like giggled at him.
Yeah, that was
I
great.
was like, what? But then him getting choked out. It's
I don't care that he got choked out. I mean, that means that he didn't actually get pinned. He didn't give up. I
didn't
really
tap.
think if you take all that fucking I can't stand on my leg bullshit out of the match, it would have been just because getting choked out has nothing to do with your fucking
Right.
knee. It's not like he softened it up and got him to submit. It just made Goldberg look weak. It was a bad production on the match.
and I think it was only put in there because he legitimately has a knee injury.
Yeah, I mean, you could have him
But
go after it a little bit, but I mean, Goldberg spent, I think, literally half of that match on the ground trying to stand up.
yep. And and then Gunther pulling taking forever to pull the knee brace off and then beating him with it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to 2 weeks from now when he can talk about it because I'm interested to see what comes of this.
Yeah.
And if he completely burns his bridges with WWE. So but those are all I've got for the Wrestle Report. If anyone else has anything to add, otherwise we're gonna throw it to break and we'll come back and finish the show. What do you say?
Sweet.
All right. Stick with us, guys. We'll be back in a minute.
Talking to the stranger with the skeleton flute was his first mistake. Playing it was his second. Be careful what you wish for never meant anything to 12-year-old Sam until the night he blows into the skeleton flute and wishes for his parents to stay together. The stranger promised Sam his greatest desire, but the morning after the low, warbling note came out of the glowing flute, Sam's life has been turned upside down. His brother and sister don't exist, and his best friend doesn't know him. His parents are together and happy, but is it worth sacrificing everyone else he loves? Caught in a web of unintended consequences, Sam must try to get his old life back, despite the challenges that wait for him if he succeeds. And that means uncovering the mystery behind the strange man's identity and the skeleton flute. The Skeleton Flute hits shelves on August 27th. You can pre-order your copy now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local indie, and most major book retailers.
Guys, what are you watching?
Well, this evening, since tomorrow was gone over to Helen's house bringing food to them because, Helen Severson had her fifth child this past week. Congratulations, Helen. Carter Louise Townsend, she's adorable. I sat down and I watched the first episode of season 3 of Foundation. I know I've talked about Foundation before. I won't beat that to death since I already have. I will say for such a dense show and such a difficult show to watch, they did a really great job of, like, if you hadn't been watching the past 2 seasons, they kind of got you caught up without rehashing it. They had one of the characters in the show kind of voiceover, almost narrated the entire episode, and it just did a great job of kind of putting, because it's difficult too, because not only is it a dense show and very complicated, but it also jumps huge time periods, sometimes 100 years within a season, not just between seasons. That things jump 100 years, and you've got certain characters because of certain technological things or stasis or cloning. Certain characters are still around, but they can be different characters. Like, I'll give you an example. The leader of the Empire, or the individual known as Empire in this, he kind of leads I think it's the big bad faction. Empire's 3 people. It's a clone. They're all clones of the original guy, but at any given time, there are 3 empires. Dawn, day, and dusk. Day is the young child up to a teenager, young man version of Empire. Day is the adult in his prime version. He's the one ruling. Dawn is learning by watching Day. And then there's Dusk, the previous Day, who is now older and kind of becomes the kinder, gentler, wise man, the one who builds bridges for the Empire. And when they get to the point where they have to progress, Dusk steps into this thing that, turns him into ash and dies. Day becomes Dusk, Dawn becomes Day, and they decant a new clone to be the young one. Really cool idea, right? You think that they didn't have cool concepts like that, but Isaac Asimov wrote this in like the 60s or 70s or some shit. But because of that, go to a new season, flash forward 100 years. Here's these same 3 actors playing these same 3 characters, but they're all different because they're clones, certain things can change them. And the Day from this season is a completely different person from the Day from the previous 2 seasons. There's so many different things going on, and it could be so complex, and they did a great job of making it easy to understand. Blown away. Outside of looking forward to the rest of the season of Foundation, I've just been watching a lot of horror movies, finishing up Squid Game, things like that.
You're gonna have to get together with Kylie and talk about that one, because I don't know the first fucking thing about Squid Game still.
I don't want to talk to Kylie about Squid Game's film.
I don't think
she's ugly, but I don't want to talk to her about Squid Games.
Oh, wow.
You're too ugly to talk to.
But in all fairness, I don't want to talk to anybody about Squid Games. I mean, it's still fine, but it's kind of something you just have to get through because you got through the previous seasons. I'm looking forward to it being over because every episode's like over an hour long this season.
I don't really think it's over. I think that springboards into, because Kylie told me how it ended, springboards into the American version of it.
Oh, because I was thinking it was a remake. You think it's going to be a continuation?
I
Don't
think you
tell me.
get both out of it. I don't know
Okay.
anything. I think you end up getting both out of it.
Okay. Because I was like thinking I didn't want to watch the American version because I'm like, what? They did it. And they dubbed it in English, so that's good enough. We don't need an American version, but it'd be clever if it actually springboarded into it.
Well, you realize the American version is going to be mega-ized and it's all white people walking around like this.
Ha!
That's
Okay,
Wow.
you're gonna have to explain that. It's MAGA-ized and white people playing Asian characters.
yeah.
I don't I don't
Can the
know.
picture of this week's
Jack got the
podcast be like
joke.
that with your face, Paul?
You
Can
want
you
me
go?
to do that?
That's the face this week.
Oh, did I just miss a joke?
Yes, it was
Was
a
it a
visual
good joke?
No, it was a very bad
Okay.
It
um
was awesome though. His face though was just like
make
funny.
America great again joke, basically.
That can be your caption for it. There you go.
America.
I still don't
Uh,
understand. Anyway,
I'll
moving
explain
on.
it off mic so we don't lean into it anymore. Um yeah, so Squid Games, keep on going. You, what else?
That's
Yours
I'm
is
done.
done.
Move on.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
We know it says so on your shirt
I think
yeah.
this is my new show shirt, by the way,
every week. Fantastic.
every week.
I remember
I
when you
kind of got
got
the
that
whole.
shirt.
I realize I've got the whole Cartman thing going on. I didn't realize that, but I do. I totally have a Cartman thing going on.
Okay, so the other day I was just on YouTube just looking for stuff to watch. So I watched a Philadelphia Eagles podcast. So it said things you may be interested in. So I'm like, okay, let's check this out. It's called The People Profiles. It's a YouTube channel. There's 1.52 million people subscribed to it. It's a history channel on YouTube. Over 379 videos. So there's like biographies of people basically. So already I've watched a couple like from Genghis Khan to Julius Caesar to who else? Alexander the Great, stuff like that. So I was like, this is pretty enjoyable. So because like usually on TV nowadays you have like all those reality shows because I remember when I was a kid, yeah, me as a kid watching the History Channel, but I've always liked history, so I would watch those history documentaries. And it's kind of cool because you're learning more about these people and this YouTube channel is pretty interactive. I've actually messaged them. They said, message us so you see who you want us to do next. So I actually gave them a couple suggestions. They said, yeah, those are good ideas, which I doubt they'll take my ideas. But like, I was like, I'd like to see one on this. It's very generic answer. They're like, thank you for your suggestion. We'll think about them. Like, yeah. So it's basically screw you. We do what we want. But it's a pretty enjoyable YouTube channel. Like over an hour long episodes and I'm probably gonna be watching one or two more tonight before bed. So, the People Profiles, and it's a pretty cool YouTube channel.
Nice.
We keeping you up, Corbs?
Yeah.
No.
Did you fall
Yeah.
asleep, Corbs?
Yes, it did.
All right, what do you got? What are you watching though before you fall asleep?
Wait a minute. I'm trying to look up your podcast.
It's
Yeah,
the
you're on
People
YouTube.
Pro, yeah, the People Profiles on YouTube. It's pretty cool.
People's
I could-
profile. I have to look
I
that
could
up.
fucking type. That would be great too.
But yeah,
The
like I
cat
was
banging on the
saying though, there's
keyboard.
all sorts of people from presidents to conquerors to dictators. Like Idi Amin is on there, which is pretty cool. I want to watch that one, I would think.
What did you suggest, Jack?
What's that?
Which ones did you suggest?
I watched a really good one on John Adams as well. That was pretty enjoyable.
No,
Yeah, but
you
you
said
said
you
No.
sent a suggestion in.
You said
Oh,
you sent suggestions.
yeah,
What
yeah,
did you
yeah, yeah,
suggest?
yeah. Thomas Andrews. He was the ship creator. He was the constructor of the Titanic. I would love to see one on him. I thought that would be pretty cool. Thomas Andrews. Also maybe it's a lesser known person in history, no relation, but Boston Corbett. He's the one that killed John Wilkes Booth. So I thought that would be kind of interesting to do a biography on him.
Did you watch the one? Did you watch one about the captain of the Titanic?
Not Edward Smith yet. No, I've done papers on him in college, but Edward Smith would be enjoyable to watch too because that would be a fun one, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You look at this YouTube channel, it gives you like a animated version of the person, which is pretty neat. So, I thought that was pretty cool channel to find. Like I said, it's pretty awesome. So, I know it's got me geeked a little bit too with what I'm watching. So, that's about it though.
Very cool. DC, I'm assuming you went over your list of stuff you've been watching earlier.
Well, no, I mean,
You have more. Holy
I
shit.
mean, I did, but watching something like stuff on YouTube and stuff like that, I am watching an hour-long thing on the new Player's Handbook for Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice.
It's got Chris Perkins, Jeremy Crawford, um, who actually are no longer with Dungeons and
I
Dragons.
saw that.
Yes. Do you know who they're with?
Did they go to Pathfinder
No. Well, no. They
or
went
Paizo?
to
Was what I was.
they went to Critical Role.
That's right. That's what it was. That's
Yeah,
what I
they went to
saw.
Critical Role to their court to their organization now. But I'm obviously they're explaining it. They started to explain. I've only watched about 20 minutes. Um but it's interesting to hear like some of the things like I didn't realize is like they kind of gave like a quick overview, but they're gonna go more in depth. Quick overview, they've added like 400 new spells. They've combined certain spells. They've taken certain like they've added more feats, taken feats out, combined feats. They've taken certain things with certain character classes, and one of the things was if you play by normal rules Dungeons and Dragons, fifth edition, it's supposed to be like if you take a healing potion, it's supposed to be a regular action. Like if you were to attack, that's an action.
Right.
So if you followed the rules and were like one of those rules kind of guys, your healing potion was an action. Now, if you play by the rules, it's a bonus action. So
Okay.
you can take your healing potion as a bonus action and continue to attack or whatever as an action. So which I thought was really cool because we don't play it that way. Obviously, Luke has his rules for our campaign. So I thought that was pretty interesting because even me, who's pretty much up on all the rules and stuff like that, never knew that, which is very weird for me because I read everything about Dungeons and Dragons that I can. But I'm waiting for them to get into what they added classes, two classes, and I'm actually waiting for them to kind of go a little bit more in depth because I know that they added two races to the new player's handbook, but I think they've taken one out. So I know they added Goliath and Azamar, which I wanted to play it as an Azamar for our campaign this time. But when we had to go directly out of the player's handbook, obviously I couldn't. So because I was going to play an Azamar cleric. So but or I was going to do a Goliath Barbarian, kind of like Grog from Critical Role, but play it obviously a lot different. Um, but so yeah, that's one of the main things that I'm doing. It's pretty much right before I go to bed, after I watch Bob Ross. So yeah, I watch at least a half hour episode of Bob Ross every night before I go to bed. So I love the joy of painting. I love, my favorite episodes are when he does mountains. I still think even to this day, I mean, no, I've been watching him for years. He puts way too many trees. But that's just my opinion. But when the painting is all done, I'm like, well, that's a perfect amount of trees. So, um, but obviously I covered earlier on about, I'm watching True Blood. Right now there's Robot Chicken Empire Strikes Back on my TV. Um, but not really watching too much else. I think this week I might, with everybody gone next week, whether I don't have Netflix or Prime in my room, so I might spent a lot of time in the living room catching up on Vox Machina season 3. And my dad turned me on to a couple of things that he's watching on Prime Video that he said I would like. So
Cool.
one of them is called Bosch.
Yep.
Uh, it's
With Christopher Titus,
yeah,
right?
it's but my dad was like, if you want to know what I was like on the job, that's pretty much him. So I was like, oh, I'm interested. So plus it's Christopher Titus, and I think he's fucking hilarious. So it's kind of like watching old Dennis Leary when he was on Rescue Me, which was a phenomenal, phenomenal series. So
Very cool. Corbs,
that's it
do you
for
have
me.
anything?
I watched Captain America: Brave New World.
What did you think?
Eh,
Yep.
eh. I mean, I like some of the. I like the cameo, Bucky's cameo. I liked Liv Tyler's cameo at the end. Um,
It was just all right.
yeah, yeah. It's not something I would go back and watch again. Let's
Right.
just leave it at that. I mean, there's some Avenger stuff that when it's on I'll watch or whatever. This isn't one of those ones that like if it's on I'm like, oh, I got to get home to watch that. You know.
I think a lot of that had to do with how much they chopped it up and changed shit on the fly. Like if you go and read about what it was supposed to be, it sounds like it was gonna be a lot cooler. There's gonna be a lot more with the Serpent Society and more with Isaiah Bradley that they just didn't do. And
Right.
it could have been so much cooler. They should have stuck with the original plan. But you know how it works. Fucking
Right.
Hollywood. So
That's it. That's all. That's one thing. I mean, I watch golf, so I mean, you guys don't
there's
want to
that.
hear about
Oh yeah,
you guys don't want to hear about paint drying. So
next Friday is also I'll be geek next Friday
Yes.
because that's the 25th. Not only is my birthday, but I'll be watching Happy Gilmore too.
Hell yes. I'm down
I
for
won't.
that. I can't wait for that. And Fantastic Four is coming, right? Isn't that also
Correct. That comes
next
out
week?
too Friday. Yeah, both of them
Gonna be a
do.
busy night.
Is it next
Uh,
Friday it comes out or this Friday?
Next Friday.
Next, I thought. I thought that was also the 25th.
It
Yeah, I
is.
think so.
So,
I think that could be pretty cool.
yep.
I think the Fantastic Four movie is gonna be really good for sure.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed the first two with Chris Evans and Ian W. Fox's last name. I can't-
Gaffard. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever his name is
Jessica
there. And,
Alba.
Michael Chiklis.
Michael Chiklis is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, those
They
were
were good.
those were pretty good.
I enjoyed at the
I
time.
didn't
Yeah.
care for the one with Miles Teller and Michael B. Jordan. I didn't care for that one.
See, I thought that was a really good movie, and it would have been much better if it wasn't called Fantastic Four. Because the
Absolutely.
movie itself was really good.
It had some really cool concepts.
Yeah.
Yes. But it just wasn't Fantastic Four. And that's when everything was about the Ultimate Universe, and that was the take they were trying to go with it. I felt. And
I'm not even sure they did a good job of that. Because
No, they did not. Oh.
And is what's his name?
Pedro Pascal is Reed Rogers.
That's okay.
No,
Yes.
Reed Richards.
Rogers?
Reed Richards, yeah, sorry,
No,
thank you.
that's one of those amalgam universe bullshits. That's where cramming Cap and Mr. Fantastic together. That's Reed Rogers right there.
I loved Amalgam.
Me
Dark
too. There was
Claw.
some cool shit. Yes.
Tell us about Superman spoiler free, Paul.
Okay, spoiler free. It was fucking awesome. It was very well done. People have said it. This isn't my original thought. You're watching an actual comic book. Like they did it very well.
It was an animation.
Yes, yeah. That they trick you into it. You get in there and it's just a whole cartoon. Yeah. You get the first 5 seconds of the guy that plays Superman going like this, and then it goes into the animated version, which is just 2 hours of the old cartoon from the '90s. So there you go.
Superman
Nice.
TAS, right?
No, it's almost like the perfect like comic book adaptation of Superman. Like they James Gunn really captured what Superman is, even down to he says shit like "gee whiz" and "good golly," like "gosh." There's a lot of "gosh" in it. There's one point at the end where he pisses off Mr. Terrific, and he goes, "Gosh, I can really be a jerk." and the shit just makes me laugh. Like it's just like that's Superman, like the absolute like ultimate Boy Scout.
Right, I was gonna say Ultimate Boy Scout. I mean, I
Yes.
literally was gonna
I
say that.
keep hearing about how it's so much better than Snyder's Superman and Man of Steel, and oh, that was all dark and all that. But I think people forget that, yeah, Batman versus Superman and Justice League kind of fucked things up. But Man of Steel was fucking awesome.
It
And
was,
I
and
kind
we
I
just
hate
rewatched it a few months
yeah,
back.
I hate the fact that they're shitting on that movie because this one's so good. They're, oh, it wasn't what Superman was. You know what? The whole neck snapping thing, I thought that was brilliant because Superman would never do that, but he didn't have a choice.
Exactly. And
It
I
wasn't grim dark like it became in like Batman versus Superman.
right.
It was a complicated modern moral dilemma, and
Yeah,
I thought
no
it was awesome.
alternative. Yes.
Yeah, he literally
And
had to do it, or that woman would have died.
it even played like in those moments on there, like with his reaction after he did it.
Yeah.
Like, yes, no, I
I,
agree. That movie
I
doesn't deserve the bullshit that it's getting right now.
Yeah, it does not. I would have
And
loved
has a
to have
lot of
seen a couple
emotion.
more of those.
Yeah, and it has a lot of emotion too. Even Kevin Costner playing his father when he's like, and he holds his hand up, that still gets the feels, man. It's like, damn, that's a good scene.
Yeah.
But each Superman, though, Paul, going back to what you said, though, is better in their own way. But where does this Superman rank in your Supermans, would you say?
I would say second because I've always got Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
That's
And
Superman.
people say that just because it was the first, and I call bullshit
It
on
was
all
not the
that. I'm
first.
sorry. Well, the first that we saw, yeah, there were people that played him before, but our generation, the first Superman we saw that wasn't animated was him.
There's
You know,
that. Yeah.
we weren't watching the
The ones
George.
from the 50s. Yeah,
Yeah,
George
yeah,
Reeves. Yeah.
yeah.
But
But
yeah.
I just here's the thing. Was Christopher Reeve great? Yes, it's a classic movie. Honestly, I like Cable as Superman better than Christopher Reeve. 100%. I might like Crown and Sant or whatever his name is better than
It's
Cable, but
something
until I see it.
Yeah. It's you need to see it. It's really good. You'll like it.
I plan on seeing it as soon as
Um
it comes home.
But
right.
I like Dean
Which I
Cain.
guarantee it won't be long.
You know,
Yeah.
Dean Cain's a good
Fuck
Superman.
you, Jack.
Yeah.
I can tell you that fucking Nathan Fillion is the perfect Guy Gardner.
Okay.
Figured he
That
would
was
be.
phenomenal. Yes. And apparently he's going to be in the Lanterns TV series too on Max.
Yes, and he said this week he's used the F word more times in that show than he has in his entire career.
Yes. All of the Justice Gang characters in it were pretty cool. Hawkgirl's a little forgettable because they don't give her a lot to do. They still have, the one girl be like kind of the background character out of them. She has one really cool scene near the end. But way cool stuff. Going back to your news thing about basically the love for crypto, I can verify it. Madison was all about it. Tried to talk me into a stuffed crypto that of course they were selling at the movie theater. Yeah,
Guess it's time to shear her wool, Paul.
right. But she was the ultimate barometer for me. Watching her, she left her seat multiple times, was fist pumping like she was having an absolute blast watching this movie. And no one called her ugly, Jack, just so you know.
Right.
That's fair. That's okay.
Uh really good. Two mid post credit scenes, nothing earth shattering.
It doesn't set
Um
anything up, or does it?
no, no.
Okay.
Um Something gets set up at the end of the actual movie, but that's for you guys to see when you see it. Um is he asleep?
It might be.
Sleep.
Then who's gonna say the thing? But that's all I've got. Other than wrestling, that's all I've gotten to watch is Superman this week. So, and I think that about wraps things up here.
Are you sure?
I think so. We
Are
need
you
to get you to
100%
bed.
sure?
So,
Are you for imprint sure?
Was that your
Boy.
final answer, Corbs?
Well, then enlighten us.
a healthy democracy requires a decent society. It requires that we're honorable, generous, tolerant, and respectful. And anywhere, anytime, ordinary people are given the chance to choose choice is the same. Freedom, not tyranny. Democracy, not dictatorship. The rule of law, not the rule of the secret police. The choice is eroding away before our eyes. There's no more time to hesitate. It's time for a revolution. And the revolution is streaming.
This has been a GeekPod Network production.